practicing on your project, so you can handle the same way. So that would be fixed for you as well. So today agenda we'll discuss about org model. We'll first set up the complete org model, which we'll be using until the last session of this training. So we need a right and a fully structured org model. Then we'll discuss the business partner and a partner profile. So that's what agenda for today, and we'll finish that today. Tomorrow we'll discuss about the metal master, and we'll first touch base with ERP and TM. We'll see where the trigger point happening between ERP and TM. So with that, from tomorrow session onwards, we'll be completely moving on to TM. So first, let me start with the creation of org model. And let me first tell you the issue where it happened in the last week. We could not do it. The issue is at the number ranges. So the number ranges for the org model is ONR. Okay, the transaction is ONR. So this is the number range. And, you have both the intervals. So somebody has messed up with this dollar signs. So system is not able to save it. That's what the issue in the last session what we had. So I got it fixed. So we have both internal and external. You can either use anything as per your business. I'll just use external so to avoid any other conflict. But even still, system will assign a internal range even for the external. So now it's a very classic thing. Surely you need to use this in the production, not in the dev. Right. So you need to handle this as a cutover activity because of this serious number range issues. So as we know, like any number range situation, we only do it in the production, in the cutover. So this is for sure you need to handle it in the only production as a cutover, not in the dev. Right. So these are number ranges. So we don't need to touch this or you don't need to visit the screen at any time. But when you face that issue, what we have seen the last week session, so then only you come here and check whether everything is set or not, whether the limit is available or not, what is the NR status, whether it is exhausted. That's the only thing you need to check. Right. So let us go ahead. First, let us set up the ERP enterprise structure, and then we will come to the org model. Okay, because first we need to have the ERP structure, and then we'll adapt it or extend it to TM. So let me start with all essential ERP elements which we need. So I go to SPR. So as we know, in the project, this all will be done by our ERP counterparts, SD, MM, FI, they'll do it. We'll not do all these things. For us, TM, it's a pretty very lean structure. We have only two org objects. Okay, rest all are adapted from the ERP. It's a very lean structure. Only we have planning. So first, let me quickly create elements so that we could proceed with the TM structure later. So I'll create a copy and create a new object, something maybe I'll copy from existing and put it as tfab, some random name so that it doesn't mess with already existing things. So I'm just taking it as tfab as my company code, and I'll use all highest org units with the same name, right? So let us continue. So this is what the classic example. We want to transport the number ranges. Usually we know, right? We never transport the number ranges because of this conflict. So tfab is my company code I just created. So all my highest org units I label with the same name. So to avoid the confusion and to maintain a different name for every other, I'll use the same. So my
Mhm.
company code has been created, which is EFAP. Next, let me create other org elements. Maybe I'll start with the plant. Properly check plant.
Blades plant.
Sorry, what's that? I'll put the same name. EFAP. So I'll also create the division here as we are in this screen. I'll just
Plant.
set up this one. So I'll put it as TF, TF, division. I just put as something as cards. This, when it comes to transport, only the weight, volume, size, length, breadth matters. What product, it doesn't matter. So come back. General scope, sales and distribution. I'll create sales org. I got it. That's the same name, TFAB. So sales org, distribution channel. I did the same name, TF. I'll call it as institutional. Sales office, sales group, we really don't need it, but just to show you how the hierarchy would be there in the TM, I'll just create one group, but we really don't put as TF1. This is our standard ERP infrastructure, which you majority already know. So sales and distribution, that's it. And MM will maintain purchase organization. When the purchase organization, I'll put it as TFAB, TFAB. And say this is purchase order. Come back. Storage location is already there in the system. I'll just use the same storage location as before. So this first is possible and use the same. So that's it in the purchase organization is done. Last is logistics execution is shipping part. So I'm setting the all org elements, which is not even relevant for the TM so far, because later when we test the scenarios, this should not be a bottleneck for you stopping them. So that again, we need to come back and set up this.
So, Praveen, this means the company code and plan we created by
Mm,
it's not required for TM. We are just creating
mm.
for, Okay,
Yeah. To create an order or purchase order, we need these elements to test the scenarios to pass the data to TM.
okay,
That's the reason we are creating the entire structure. If not, if it is TM, very limited elements are enough.
okay. So you mean to say as is whatever sales and distribution and FSU
Mm.
people or MM people have created, and that can come handy for us, right? In TM. So
That
TM
that
we
is
need to
that is
create
only the
special.
process. It is
Okay,
only the process. First, your ERP has to do all their job.
okay.
Okay. Then
Mhm.
TM will extend it to org model. We are in the ERP now, S4 HANA. We are in the enterprise
Mhm.
structure. We are not in the org model.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah. Okay.
So first ERP has to set up there. But what is our activity here is we need to pitch in with them in the workshop how you want
Mhm.
a TMR structure to be. That means how many purchase organizations or purchase group for procuring service or to settlement. You want a different purchase group. So that is what you need to pitch in and tell them. We need these objects. And
Okay,
this is how
okay.
we want to handle the TM. Because these all elements, purchase group, everything is created at the MMRSD level, right?
And that's right. That's right. Yeah, that's my question was. Okay, but
So
it will
that's
come
what,
handy to any.
yes. So in the workshop, we need to pitch in with them. So this is how we want to handle it. So you created separate purchase organization, purchase groups for our service procurements and settlements. Then basing on that, like how the business approve the structure, we could,
Okay. Yeah.
okay. Yeah, but first ERP has to set up all the objects. So we have done with the definition. We have created all the org objects. So now let us do the assignment and finish the ERP part. Logistics general first, side by company, go into to company code. There is the issue here. So the fact. So I'm not deep diving or discussing ERP structure. Okay, so I'm just quickly finishing it up. I don't think we are not saved company, sorry, client properly.
I think T-Fab, Praveen, not
What I'm
G-Fab.
using here?
T-Fab,
GFAP you
E-
entered.
T, T. You put T,
Oh,
T for
yeah,
Tat.
yeah. Z5. Okay, so this is already assigned. So let us delete. This is not the right approach in the project, but for our convenience in the training, we do this. So now go to the new entries. You remember in the ECC, when you have a issue with the stock posting, we used to do this workaround. We come to OX18, we delete this combination, then we do OMSY, and again we set up this go and post the stock. Did anybody experience that?
Yeah.
Right? But now you cannot do that. Okay? Because once you create a material, you are doing material ledger, right? Once material ledger is full in production, you cannot delete. System will not allow you to delete this combination once you set your material to the material ledger production. So if you are thinking like you want to do it this way, so it is not possible now because if you want to do that, but anyway, without material you cannot post the stock, right? So this is not the right way now in the S4 HANA to handle. You cannot delete this combination to post the stock. System don't allow if the material ledger is in production. So logistics general, we are done with this. Sales and distribution, sign. If Sales line, here. Then let us assign the division sales org, T5 to TF, save it, set up sales area, increase T5, TF, TF. Yeah, this we need a sales org distribution channel plan, assigning the sales line to plant. One more configuration here, which we usually don't do in the ECC because in the ERP, the business area is absolute, but now as because of this material ledger, asset accounting and actual costing, this has come back. So we need to set up this business area as well, the rules. So I'll set up the rule here saying that I'll go by uh, because system will throw an error if you try to create later sales order if you don't have this setup. Okay, business area setup. System will throw error, stop you, and you don't know what's going wrong. System say business area is not assigned to the material or plant. Okay, I'm telling it take it by sales area and assign business area to sales area. Okay, so we can tell with the plant as well. My plant is TFAB, TFAB, and yeah, we could set up any standard business area. Anything should be. Let us use standard. Okay, so we are done with the SD. In MM, I think we don't have anything. Okay, we need to assign. For a pure TM consultant, you don't need to really know all these steps because this will be handled by your ERP team. If you are into completely focused in the TM, you really don't need to worry about what this all. But only thing, it's up to them. Like what exactly from the TM perspective, your objective or your expectations. Feedback, send it. You're able to hear me everything?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
Praveen.
right. Okay, that will be. You're able to see my screen?
No.
Not for me.
Not at all. Yeah, I think you're able to see my screen now, right?
It's visible now.
Yeah. There was some issue in my system. I'm not able to open the. Let me got it. One. Let me exit the server completely and relog in once. Yeah, you're able to see my screen, right, everyone? Can someone confirm, please? The SAP screen.
Yeah.
Okay. Quickly do this. Okay, so we are here. So we assign purchase order to plan. Nothing more we need here. The middle master, the logistics execution. Assign the shipping point to plan. Yeah, we already told the sign. Okay, so the complete enterprise structure from the ERP has been set up now. One another element what we need is purchasing group, right? Because we discussed, right? Under purchase organization, we have group, and groups are responsible for executing the activity. Like one group could be for procuring the services, one group could be negotiating the settlements, right? So we need purchasing groups, and purchasing groups are part of MM. It's not under the enterprise structure. We don't have it here. So, but let us also create that so that we don't need to again come back to this screen. So I'll go to MM and create one or two purchasing groups. Go to purchasing, then create purchasing group. This is created at the MM level. So I'll go to new entries and I'll say the same TF is my purchasing group. Okay, TF is my purchasing group. Come back. So from the enterprise structure and the other settings, whatever we need from the ERP side, now we have done with everything. So let us move on to TM org model. So for that, we have transaction, or you can navigate through menu path as well. So if it is through menu path, we have SPRO, transportation management, master data, organizational management, org model, create and change. For create, the T code is PPOCE, and for change, it is PPOEME. These are the two transactions which is available. So once you are in the PPOCE, in the create org model, so system will ask for the range. So you could just enter and proceed, enter, proceed. So once we are in this screen, we can set up the complete org model. So first, let's start with extending the company code from the ERP to TM. So every object here where we bridge them, we build a relation so that whenever we create a TM transaction, the data flows into the document. We will also see that. We'll open a freight order and we'll see whether this data is getting updated into our TM document or not. So first, let's start with the company code. So select the org element, click on create. Supervisor. Yeah, click on this org element itself. First, we need to set up the company code, right? So I'll put it as tfab hyphen company code. I'll say this as company code and go to org data. So I'm not using the internal series today. I'll use external numbers where in the backend system automatically assigns the internal. That is system's job, but I'll go with external. I'll take the number 21, which I already showed you earlier in the OONR. So this is company and this is organization. BSG, business system group. Every system in the landscape is identified by name so that whenever you want to communicate between two systems, how they communicate through RFCs, right? So this BSG names will help them to communicate. Each system is identified as a unique client, right? So that's what this BSG group is. So here for S4HANA TM, this system is called as S4H. Okay? S4H, the logical system. And BSG org unit. So which BSG we are on the correct? We are on the correct or ERP. In the ERP, what is the org unit we created? TFAB. Right? This is org unit we created. So this is how now it looks like. Right? And we have an address. Maybe you can maintain, or you could also skip this. If the system stops you, you can maintain. Or else you can skip it. Right? So once we are done, just click on the save button. The system has generated a new company code for TM. Sorry, no, system has extended the company code, whatever we have, right, from the ERP, TFAB. Now we have a org ID created from the TM side. Now we have a relation from the ECC to TM. But why we need a company code at the TM? Because we have charge settlements, right? All the financial activities should happen. So we need company code. So company code, as we know, sits at the top. Now we need to create a structure below to the company code, purchase organization and sales organization and planning organizations. So for that, select this and click on create and select is line supervisor, which will sit below to the company code. You see the structure? It's like a hierarchy. So this we want to create it as a purchase organization. So I will put a TFAB as purchase organization. Purchase organization. Same process, every object, the process is same. Go here. If your internal number is stable, you could just go ahead with this. If not, you could use the external. I'm using external so that we can avoid any other errors. And org is purchasing, and this is the organization. And BSG will not change. It will remain same because we are connecting to our ERP S4HANA system, and its logical system name is S4H. So this is standard. So from the ERP side, what is purchase organization called in the enterprise structure? It is created as TFAB. Right? But if you observe here, once we plus enter, when you observe here, system will create something called as charge profile ID. Okay, we usually don't maintain it here. You could set up this later at the configuration at charges and settlement at that level. But you could also specifically give a charge profile ID here, but not save it. So we created a purchase organization. Under the purchase organization, the hierarchy, we need purchase groups. So they sit under purchase organization, right? So now you need to select the purchase organization, not the company code, and click on create because we want that to be sitting below to the purchase organization, right? So some process is same. So we created it as TF something, purchasing group. Purchase group. Go to org data. So now it is purchase organization, but we are creating a group, right? That is not organization because any BP we can categorize as organization, office, or group. So now we are creating purchasing group. So select group. Okay, and org unit we created it as TF. Save it. Right. So we have created a purchasing group. We can add any number as per the business requirement, 10, 15, 20, any number you can add. So now let me close this purchase org, which already has purchase group. So what I'll do now, I'll assign or extend the sales organization, which should sit under the company code. So I'll select this and click on create. Then go to inline supervisor. This is sales org. We created it as TFAB. I'll put as sales org. This is sales organization. Same process, click on the org data, go to create, create. I'll use this as 24. Now it is sales. Our unit function is sales and it is sales organization. And our BSG unit, what we created is the web and ERP system S4H. Right? Save it. Then we had a sales group, right, under this. So we select this, and if I go here under the sales, we want the sales group to sit under sales organization. So we created PF1 or something. We created. Fine. This is sales, but it is a sales group. Select the group. In the arc element, we created. Is it TF? Anyone you remember?
TF1, I think.
TF1, right? For H. Yeah. So now you can add any number under the secret. This is so. Okay, so now this is how the structure looks like in the ARG model. Under purchase ARG, you can have any number of purchase groups. Under sales, you can have any. So even under the company code, you can have any number of purchase organizations and sales. Okay, the structure is as per the ERP and the business. Now, from the TM side, we need planning organization and planning group. The
Yeah, Praveen,
planning
I have one
org.
question. I have one question.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So basically, if you we might not need purchase or a sales org as a both, because if you are delivering goods to a customer, then we might, if we are and we are using TM in that, then in
Hmm.
that scenario we might not need purchase organization, right?
Yes, because it all depends upon what project it is, whether it is a shipper or LSP. Depending
Okay,
upon that, your structure changes.
okay, got it. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, this is pure ERP structure, right? Now, coming to the MM, we have only two objects in the lean objects. For that, you don't need to create anything. You can just extend it. So select here to the company code and click on create inline supervisor. And this is, I'll call the same name, DFAB planning organization. Okay. I'll put it as planning organization. This is what you'll see in your EM documents, planning organization, which organization is executing this planning. So this will go on to planning and execution, and we are creating a planning organization. There is no BSG org unit because there is nothing like planning in ERP, right? We are doing in the TM, so you don't need to enter anything here. Just save. Right? Your planning organization has created. This is for TM. Under planning org, we have planning groups. So select and create a supervisor. I call this as defect planning planning group or data. So we are doing now planning and execution, and this is a group, right? Select. There is no BSG item because nothing in the ERP. S4 and take it.
So Praveen sir, you mean to say planning organization is going to be in parallel to purchase organization or sales organization. It's not going to report to sales organization or purchase organization. It's going to parallel. structure in organization, right? So just
Purchase
example.
organization is a
Yeah.
very wide object, right? It
Okay.
can purchase or procure services and materials,
Okay.
right? But when it comes to TM planning, we procure
Hmm.
only services, right? We don't procure materials,
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
right? So whatever the planning organization we have, we'll be having that sitting under only the purchase organization, which is service.
Okay.
Okay.
Uh,
And this will planning organization planning group will help you to segregate the uh, planners. Let's say
oh,
you can segregate like north, south, or ground shipping separately, or overnight separately. So these groups under this organization can help.
okay. And
Okay.
sir, like you have done various project for TM. So you mean to say, what a project you have done so far in that organization, planning organization is in parallel to purchase organization and sales organization, right? It's
It
not
has to be.
reporting to
No, no, it is not for reporting. This is the like hierarchy unit for TM.
TM. Oh, they have separate unit for TM. Okay. Oh,
Yes.
okay.
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 This is for M. This is for S. This is like for TM.
Okay.
Okay. So we are
So
done
sir,
with the
can you?
complete. Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh,
Go ahead.
sir, why can't purchase organization do that functionality? Why do organization need a planning organization for TM planning and execution?
Because TM needs its own hierarchy, right? It can
Okay,
go and
then.
sit under the any other MM or other module.
Okay, so it's prerequisite. Without this, we can't do anything
Mandatory.
immediately.
No, you
Okay,
cannot do that.
okay, okay,
I'll show you.
mm,
I'll show you at the document level as well.
okay, okay. Thanks.
Okay. So now we have done with our complete art model. So first we created our ERP structure. Then we have adapted, extended that to the TM org model. So if you wish to know or see this at the table level as well, we have a table for this org model. So the table is, as we know, this org model has been extended from HR. That's the reason you see it as staffing as well, right? So the table also sits like this, HRP 1028. The table for this org data is HRP 1028, and object type should be always O. When you first type, system will ask you what is the object type you want to access. It should be O, right? And these are the all org elements, and these are the org IDs which we just created. So whatever we created, system will assign an internal number in the backend. So here that we'll see so at the table level, this is the table for you to check for your org model. Whether this org model is set up correctly or not, whether it is being hitting the TM into the transactions or not. If you want to have a confirmation on that, you can check that at the transaction level as well. So let me take you to the Fury and show you. TM transactions happen in Fury. Configuration happens on GUI, but transactions happens on Fury. So if I go to so if you go to create freight order, create a freight order, I'll just take this time. We can also default one freight document. So somebody else might have defaulted it. So if you come here and if you are not able to see your values, there is a chance that somebody has defaulted the document. So we are seeing. So let us remove this. Right from the company code, these are purchasing company codes. So you could see what we created is TFAB company code, right? This is our object which we created. You could see. So whatever objects we have created that has been flown now into the TM at the document level as well. So our complete org model setup is correct and in place. So this is the purchasing group, right? So execution organization, planning and execution, that is done exclusively by TM, right? So this is the execution planning organization and planning group. Okay, this is specific to TM, right? So we could see our complete objects has been flown into the transaction level as well. This is the complete org model which we need to know from the TM perspective. So any questions on this so that we can move on to business partner, the next concept?
Hello, Praveen, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Praveen, so you're saying no, in for TN specifically, you cannot use the transaction codes like this thing in the GUI, right? Like it's always Fury for SAP T.
Yes,
This
yes, 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 it's Fury.
okay.
There is also purpose for it because this transportation planning happens at the ground level, right?
Mm-hmm.
So planner has to be present the execution level rather than sitting in an AC office. They
Mm-hmm.
could they can handheld a device and do it there. And as you know, SAP is completely moving on to the cloud and the Fury. So this makes sense.
Okay, got it. Thanks, Praveen.
Yeah. So we're done with the org model. So now let us go ahead with the business partner concept. What is a business partner? As we know in SAP, any stakeholder of the business or every stakeholder of the business is a partner. Customer, vendor, competitor, court, bank, janitor, driver, carrier, anything, everything is a BP. Even employee is a partner. So SAP treats everything as a partner. Even plant is a partner. In your STO scenario, we represent even plant as a business partner. So everything is a partner, basically. So business partner is widely used across all the new dimensional modules. Today in S4HANA, obviously, even the core modules SDMM also should use business partner. In the ECC, it is not mandatory. We can directly create our customers and vendors. But in S4HANA, as you know, you cannot directly do that. The transactions are absolute. We need to first create a business partner, which is widely used by all the modules of SAP with a general data, then extend it to respective module. Right? That's the approach. So TM, coming to TM perspective, what we need is two partners. One is a carrier and the other one is driver. Carrier and a driver. Carrier is mandatory for every scenario, but the driver is option. It all depends upon what business, what material, what kind of transportation or equipment you're handling. Depending upon that, you can specific and specialize the driver requirements. But carrier is mandatory. But what is a carrier? End of the day, carrier is your supplier or a vendor, right? We don't have vendor terminology in S4HANA. In S4HANA, the term vendor is replaced with supplier. So if I say supplier vendor, both are one and same. They are not different, they are same. So from the TM perspective, the partner is carrier, but another carrier is supplying the service, right? So the reason we need to first create a supplier and extend it to carrier, okay, to procure the services. So let us go ahead and create a business partner.
But Praveen,
So business,
supplier and carrier, they are same thing, right? Because carrier also supplier to, although they are providing intangible services,
yes,
they are also.
that's what as I told you. See, supplier is at the very high level. Supplier can supply the goods, supply the services, correct?
Okay. Mhm.
Carrier functionality is defined as providing logistic services. But
Okay.
carrier themselves is not a supplier. If from the SAP perspective, there is no role or functionality assigned for them for settlements, right? End of the day, we need to do the charge settlements, right?
Yeah, right.
So
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
need to link that carrier as a purchaser, that is from under the purchasing organization. Purchase organization is assigned to company. For
Right.
that financial activity, you need your carrier to be extended to purchase organization as a supplier.
Okay. So you mean to say we have to choose first role as supplier, then we have to extend it to
Yes,
carrier role, right?
yes. First, you need
Okay.
to create your supplier full-fledged,
Okay.
then extend it to carrier.
Okay. Got it. Okay.
Okay, because carrier is not directly assigned to company code, right? For charge settlements
Mm.
later, not possible.
That's right. You're right. That's right.
So for that, I'll go to the BP. I'm not deep diving into the BP. I hope you know what is business partner because you are all from the S4 background. So we'll just touch base only on the creation of BP and extending it to carrier and driver. Okay, we'll not deep dive each and every field, CVIs and all these things. Anybody, you really need that brush up or you need to know that, just ping me. I'll share the videos from my S4 HANA training so that you can brush up your the BP part, which we discussed very deep dive. Right. So first, let us create a business partner. I'll go to the organization. Always a business partner should be created under general data 6.0 is the BP role that is standard because business partner is used by majority of the modules. So first create it with general data, basic address and all the details so that later it could be extended to other modules as per the requirement. So let me create a business partner. I will use a grouping which is already there in the system. I'll put it as SP01 and some name. Maybe I'll put it as sorry, SP01. We already have it. I'll put the name. I'll put it as same T. It was easy for us to identify. T for carrier or a business partner because there is no separate number generated for the carrier. It is the same business partner number we use. So this should be the mandatory data for a business partner. We don't need any other data. There is a way even going to identification numbers, identifying from even here, we can do that, but this is very old practice. We are not doing this. We have ID types here where you can identify your carriers or you can identify your customers even from here. You see R3 vendor numbers here, customer number, but we'll not do this practice. This is old CRM practice. So I'll just save it and a BP has been created 20043. We have a BP. Now we need to extend this BP to purchasing first, sorry, company code, because as we know, The supplier or customer in S/4HANA is created at the finance level, not at the functional level, right? So we think that supplier is customer is SD, right? But we have integration and they are created at the FI level. So first let us extend this to FI. I'll go to change mode so that I could see all the BP roles. Extend it to FLCU00 or FLVN. Let's first do it as a purchaser. Um, so FLVN00 suppliers, FI, which will get us the company code. Right. So let us add the company code. It is T5. Some recon account. Let's save it. The CVI is already there in the backend. So system is not stopping us here for CVI because we already have that CVI set up in the backend. So that should be enough. So the BP grouping is already assigned to 0001 standard vendor CVI. So now a supplier has been created. Supplier is 28 and the BP is 43, right? Now let us extend it to carrier, sorry, supplier. I'll go for FLVN01 purchasing. Go to purchasing and our purchase organization, which we created T5. So I'm not going in detail with all these fields, which we really don't need it for TM. Maybe one or two fields like shipping condition is very important. Maybe you can maintain it. Or else carrier level shipping condition also we have, which is called as SAC codes. So you could also maintain the shipping conditions specific to that carrier. Maybe I'll assign only the purchasing group. So that's it. We don't need anything more here. Partner function standard. Save. Right. So we have now the complete supplier has been extended and established. Let us extend this to TM, which is carrier. Carrier is CRM 010. CRM 010 is the carrier. We extend it, and when you extend it to the carrier, carrier has two specific tabs here under purchasing, right? Then if you go to general data, we have one more tab called as transport data. So these are the three tabs specifically per carrier. Under purchasing, we have two tabs, and under general data, we have one tab called as transportation. So transport data. So these all are standard data which is provided by the business anyway. Like this is maintained by the master data team. So this is the SAP codes what we are talking about, standard carrier alpha codes, which is nothing but shipping conditions in the ERP. Coming to the TM, we call it as SAC codes. If you wish to create a SAC code and select here, we could also do it from the SPRO, get into transportation management, master data. We have business partner. Under business partner, you see this, we can define them, standard alpha codes. Okay. You could define. So the same thing, you could just press F4 and select it in the, select it here. Okay. But these are technically, you only need to know from the TM perspective, SAT codes are nothing but shipping conditions. Okay. In the ERP, we call them shipping conditions. Here they are, and any validity for that. And you could see the regulatory details, whether this carrier is registered agent or not, what is IATA code they operate from. Okay. Some airlines, air cargo, they specifically have hubs. They operate only from that hubs. Okay. Let's say you take a Frontier or Spirit, like they have hubs, right? So if they have specific hubs operating from particular airport code, so that all we could mention here.
Praveen, you're on mute.
Sorry. Yeah. So this all data are standard. I'm not entering any data here. I just create only whatever we need, which is carrier now. This all data is standard, which we'll get it from agencies. Okay. These are data which can be downloaded and import into the system because they are standard. And codes and airline codes, these all are standard across the industry. Going to purchasing, even here, we have something here, transportation purchasing org data to, and some profiles to be assigned here, but not recommend to do it here because we don't do negotiations or we don't set up at every carrier level. We have some standard and maybe we can apply that to global template kind of thing, right? So not necessary to assign freight settlement profiles and other things here. This will come later at the time of charge settlement. There we'll discuss. Okay. So I don't need any other data specifically here. So what I'll do is I'll just click on the save button and extend this to carrier. Right now a carrier has been extended. So we are saying that CRM 010 is a carrier. And what we are seeing is a BP role. The BP role is telling that this is carrier. But how do system know that? How do system understand that? What is the screen sequence? How these fields are coming from for carrier? Why can't it be different fields? So how do system know this BP role? Because ultimately, as we discussed, every stakeholder in the business is a partner. That means this customer is a partner, vendor is a partner, carrier also should be a partner, right? How do system map this BP role to the partners function? First of all, how do system know this uh, BP role is carrier and how system is able to fetch all these fields? So going to the business partner, as we know, every BP role is mapped with a view, and that view contains all the fields, screen sequence, and everything. So going to cross application components, the cross application components, SAP Business Partner. Under SAP Business Partner, we have Business Partner, Business Partner. They have BP roles. Go to BP roles. Yeah. So here we have BP roles, and we'll also have that BP role CRM010 is a carrier, right? But how this is defined? Go to categories, or else you can select this and directly go to the details. You don't need even categories. You see this BP view. This is telling that it's a carrier. Even though you copy rename, you should never touch this or change this. Okay. Even we can create, copy and create a different carrier, the BP role, but never touch or change this because these are unique. These views are unique. For every role, system defines it, right? So that is how system is mapping the views with the BP role, right? Okay, views and role is mapped, but how the function, partner function. So if I go back to transaction, because we have created a carrier, that means the carrier should be available at the transaction level as well, right? So let us see if the carrier has been flown to TM and whether it is usable or not. We have not set up anything. We are just checking whether this data is correctly flowing into our transaction or not. Only that we want to check. So we created a company code, purchase organization. Because this is the org elements under which we have created that carrier, right? So that means in the document, the carrier should be available. So if you scroll little, you see, we have a carrier field and we need to get this carrier. And we have created a business partner. So we have view tabs here. If you go to business partner and the partner function is carrier, right? The standard partner function is U3, like sold to party SP, ship to party SH. Partner function for carrier is U3. I'll show you later. And what we created 20043 TM, this one, right? T5. This is our, this errors you ignore it because these are coming from the agreement on all the things, the charge calculations, because we have not set up anything for the carrier as of now. But you see, the carrier has been flown into the TM. Now, even though you go to general data that is already defaulted here in the carrier, you see, it is defaulted under this organizational data. Right? So this is how the business partner, the carrier, would be used in the TM document. Again, is this carrier, all the child settlements will have. But how system identified the carrier as a business partner here? Now, let us go back. TM. And you see define partner functions. We are under TM. TM, master data, business partner, office functions. The partner function is U3. You see, U3 is carrier. And what is carrier? Carrier is a supplier, a vendor. You see, partner type assigned is LI. LI is partner, KU is customer, PE is personal number. That is your employee, right? So LI is vendor that are supplier. So for a carrier, U3 partner function standard LI is assigned. And assign BP role to partner function. How the BP role and partner function is mapped. Now you see this. U3 carrier and the BP role CRM 010 is assigned. Is that clear, everyone? The mapping? That is how system know, even though carrier, but how it's being connected to partners through this. But how this is like deep connected into TM, how it's being flown into the TM documents. That is through partner profiles. There is a standard partner profile, let's say 0001. And you go to assign, you will see the U3 here, the partner. You see the carrier has been put into partner determination profile, which is standard 001. And now this partner determination profile is assigned to freight order. Where it is assigned? I'm closing this master data under the TM. I'll go to freight order management. I'll go to freight order, define a freight order. We have various freight orders here, standard freight orders. I have selected the 1000 earlier, right? In the theory, we have selected the standard as 1000. Let's see, document type, freight order document type is 1000. Just like our sales document types, OR, QT, right? The same. Document type is this. So, yeah. So select this freight order. And if I go to details, there are lots of controls here. When you scroll onto the bottom and see the right side, you see the partner determination profile is assigned to this document. Under this, we have our partner function assigned to partner profile, right? So how the carrier has come here, now I think the complete logical flow we are seeing. Right? So this is the BP setup which we need. As we proceed, maybe we need it more, we will enrich it, add some more fields because some fields might be missing and throwing errors when we create a transaction. We'll enrich that at that time of point of time. But this is the standard BP structure which we need to know as of now. So this is for today. Any questions, please? Good. Any questions in the flow of the TM, how the ERP TM is being connected? So far, what we discussed.
So Praveen, one question is, as this is HR based model, so that is the reason we are having a separate org models, right?
Yeah. No, forget about the HR. Because now what happened, SAP is not developing a functionality specifically to any module. Whatever they develop, they make sure that it is used by or adapted, extended by other modules as well. So org model is a very old practice. It is already there in the HR, which also been now used by TM as well. Since very long time it has been used. It is not new. It is new for
Okay.
us who is coming from the ERP background.
Okay. And right now the setup that we are configuring, it is
Hmm.
for a supplier point of view, right? And not from LSP point of view.
Yes,
Or yeah.
yes. So we'll not differentiate that. We'll learn the core concept. Later you can adapt it to anything. Either supplier
Okay.
or either LSP you can apply. We'll not stick to one. We'll learn the core TM concept. You can adapt it. Wherever it is mandatory or it has to be highlighted, I'll highlight you what whether it's for LSP or shipper.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions, anyone?
Praveen, as of now, it's clear, but once again, if you watch the video, it'll have more understanding.
I'll share. My TM videos are a little different from the other videos. They'll be completely encrypted and shared with you, and you can download them and you can watch on your laptop. It's not online. Okay, so just give a daytime or weekend time. I'll share you.
Okay,
Okay,
sure.
it's not on the Google Drive. You will have the link. You download it, and it's there on your system.
Even third
Okay.
session, Praveen, also is pending. I think it was not shared last session.
No, like the continuation is from today.
Okay.
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 So
And other thing, Praveen, you were last discussion. You told that we will get the system access in 3-4 days.
I'll yeah. So actually, I'm trying to share 2025 because I don't want to
Okay.
again because you maintain all the data and again 2025 comes like there would be issue. So by this weekend, I'll get a clarity whether the 2025 will be available or not. If not, I'll share this 2023 itself. From
Okay.
date,
Sure.
whatever share, you can use it for 2 months.
Okay. Sure. Thank you.
Please
Yeah.
share with me
Before
the pen
Monday,
drive.
I'll share the server.
Praveen, the one which you explained, we understood. So it's available in the notes as well, right? The BP
Absolutely.
availability. Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Any confusion on the BP part you want to more, just let me know. I can share the S4 HANA SD training BP videos. That should clear you other concepts for BP.
Please
Okay,
share
so
with
we'll
me
call it.
Diva.
Yeah, I'll share you, Manda. I
Yeah,
made a note that this weekend I'll share.
thanks.
So we are done for today. Tomorrow, the agenda will go with the middle master, and we'll also see some more, or like the most important touch base point of TM. Today, we are just checking whether the data is flowing or not, right? But tomorrow, we'll connect them and we'll see when we create a transaction whether it is hitting the TM or not. Right? With that, we'll finish our ERP part. We can leave the ERP for this weekend. From next weekend, whatever we discuss will be exclusively only for TS, the master data and rest on it. So good evening and catch up tomorrow.
So, one question. Is it our role in a project to set up this org model?
Yes,
Okay.
that's TM. Right?